I didn't even go live. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Encounters. And this is the late night spiritual UFO talk show, the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. It is 30 minutes after 11, so we're 30 minutes late. Better late than never. 30 minutes late. You're probably saying, where is Encounters? We are here. Never fail. Once in a while, we are 30 minutes late. Excuse me. Hey, Johnny. Good evening, everybody. Jerry R4D4. Ron Burkhart, everybody out there. Good evening. Teddy, Zama, Deborah, Sherry, everybody coming in. Shirley C, William Murphy, I think. Bonjour. Everyone coming in there. Hey, Frank. This is the late night show, the sports shop. Welcome everybody in here. Just essentially everybody, wherever you are on the planet. Good evening. This is a show that's out of this world, Encounters. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. You've probably heard about the show we were on this morning. All my shows, this morning's show is now on the YouTube channel. All the shows from last night are on YouTube. So we're caught up with every show, the last two shows. And this show will be on my YouTube channel for those that might miss it. That'll be on the YouTube channel by tomorrow morning. Deborah, good evening. Good evening, Rita Sanders. Good to see you. Everybody out there, Diane Bristol. Ramona, welcome to the show. Edward, all the people coming in here. Good to have you with us. Nurubu Goddess, I think Goddess or something it is. Goddess, yeah. Richard, thanks for joining us. And just in general, everybody, welcome to the show. This is the number one spiritual UFO talk show on social media. And, we do interviews here. Tomorrow night is going to be our Ashtar Command Q&A. April and myself will be on, and we'll be definitely the Ashtar Command watches our show from the ships every night. So whenever I'm on, they are watching from the ships. I don't know how they're watching the show. They must have some sort of a screen or something on the ship where they can watch the show, but they're watching the show every night. Oh, it's lagging. Hey, Rita. Good to see you, Paul. Hey, Frank NJ10. Have you seen the story over Arizona? Police helicopters chasing a UFO. I have not seen the story. I must admit, I have not heard the story. Hey, Bernie R. Good to see you. iPhone probably. Good and faithful servant. Welcome to the show. Gilbert, everybody coming in here, welcome. We're just getting started. Relax. Find a seat. The studios are big all over the world. We have seats everywhere. Hey, Alicia, good to see you. We have seats everywhere in the world. Our studios are worldwide. So if you're in Europe, in Asia, Africa, Scandinavia, Central, South America, get comfortable, meditation pillow, couch, whatever you want to do, get comfortable. This is going to be a 2-hour show. Actually, yeah, it probably will be a 2-hour show. And good to have you with Mary Weather. And boy, are we getting downloads constantly. Hey, Turning Jane, they live under the ocean. Yes. Lavola, good to see you. Squish, is it? Squish 704. Why are they not revealing themselves? They are revealing themselves. Huh. If you're watching my show, they are revealing themselves. So welcome to the show. And we'll be getting into a lot of that tomorrow night. So I was chasing after UFOs for years. That's right. Good evening. Hey, Mary. So, and we will answer questions. I do read questions in people's comments. If you don't have enough to get on here with the show, you have to have 200 TikTok followers to go live on audio, and I think it's 800 to 1,000 to actually get on here with audio and video. The rules of the show is if we do an interview, hey, my cup of tea, good to see you. Hey, Scrubs USA Shop, good to see you. Hey, Sherry. And when we pick people on the program, you have to be over 18, no foul language, no smoking of any sort in general, no drinking, no drugs, and again, no cursing, no foul language, and no paranormal discussion. This is strictly a show that deals with the spiritual UFO area, crop circles, mer people, Bigfoot, could be the star people, it could be all that area. So we deal with, we bring, hey, young Skywalker, good to see you. We get really into it here, and I am certainly amped up. And earlier I was taken out of body, so that's part of it. It seems like I get taken out of body at least earlier in the evening, and we are back. So I'm sure I'm being downloaded. SML Lake, good to see you. User 13, hello, Linda. Whoops. Let me just plug this thing in here. We don't want to lose power. So you're watching, if you're new to this show, welcome. Hey, Honey McReynolds, good to see you. Exposing Mark, out of body. Hey, Grilla, good to see you, Grilla. Oh, my cat's talking. Here we go. This is going those nights. Hey, Etta, good to see you. My cat, Missy, is talking because she knows I am broadcasting live. Oh, here we go. She's going to, I think one day my cat's going to take over the show. I really do believe that. Yeah, I can't seem to unlock her either. I was trying to. I know who can unlock her. When he's on, I'm gonna have him do the unlocking because he did it by accident. So when he's on, I'll have him unlock her. I tried to find her. I don't know. I couldn't find her on here, but if I find her, I can unlock her. It was totally an accident, when that happened. So if I can find her, I worry about him sometimes. You worry about Reader Sanders. You worry about who? Shady Bear, welcome to the show. Hope he's okay. Rita, who's okay? Oh, good. How come I couldn't do that, Johnny? Thanks for doing it. I wasn't able to find her. I was trying to do that. Hey, we got her back on block. Good. That's good. Good. Hey, April. I was working today in the afternoon, so I couldn't turn my volume up in my cubicle, but I was silently listening, like it was like watching a silent broadcast. I was listening and looking at pictures. It was really cool. I was handling customers, and then it got really quiet, so I was just watching April today. It was really kind of cool. And yeah, it's good to have everybody with us. So I didn't hear a word that was said, but I did see the photos. Boston Boy, welcome to the show. Tomorrow night is going to be our special broadcast night. I'm going to be making a video later on tonight. That's going to be posted about our Ashtar Command Contact program. That's every Friday night. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of things to talk about, for sure. And April will be with me together. And just to let people know what's happening here, we have 111 people. TikTok is kind of weird, We go, hey, Rosie, good to see you. We go up and down on the numbers. And so yeah, we're going to have all the good stuff tomorrow night. But I'll give you some background because I need to do this. I got the weather forecast for the 13th. I was doing a future cast. I actually went and looked at the weather forecast for the 13th, and we are going to have partly clear skies, no rain. The rain on Friday is going to be ending at sometime Friday night, and Saturday is going to be partly clear. So that is beautiful. So on the 13th, I am so excited. We're going to have thanks for the blade. I am so excited about the 13th. You can't believe how excited I am right now. I was concerned about weather, but the weather wouldn't stop us anyway. But the weather is going to be partly clear, and we're having the most important gathering in the United States right here in Connecticut on that night. The most important gathering of the Ashtar Command Contact Group, the most important gathering. Oh, good. Very good, April. So April is coming down to Connecticut, and we have Kit Kat coming from Long Island. Johnny, I hope you're coming up. I keep getting this message. I'm hoping you can make it. And if Johnny makes it, we'll have at least 4 of the 5 of us. I don't know who the 5th is. Yes, we're going to record it. We're going to be recording live that night. I have my tripod. We'll be going live. And I'm from Connecticut, New Haven. Oh, interesting. You should. I'm going to follow you. You have 1314 1003. So I think it's Sahara Soha. Oh, very nice to meet you. So you're in New Haven. You should come. You're invited. Message me. You message me on TikTok, and I'll give you all the information about the gathering. We're having a major gathering, and this is really, as we get closer, my energy level is like bursting to the seams. I'm telling you, what we're going to be doing is going to be a surprise. My Ashtar, my cosmic mom in California, Ashtar Athena, she's on Facebook. She used to be on BBS radio in California with the voice of the Ashtar Command. She's a contactee since the 50s and 60s. She was at Giant Rock. She knew every single person who was a contactee back then. She's a very close friend. And she said in her messaging the other night that the Ashtar, she communicates to Commander Ashtar, the real Commander Ashtar, and she doesn't channel, she has telepathic communications with Ashtar. And Ashtar said there will be 7 Ashtar command ships that will be appearing over the apple orchard field. And so we know that, we heard that from our cosmic parents the other night, a couple nights ago. And so we're in for a surprise. We don't know what it's going to be. Yeah, it was by accident. It's something he doesn't have good coverage out where he is in the country. He did it by accident. He didn't, hey, Lilac, he did it by accident. He contacted her. It was by accident. So, no, he's aware. We talked messaging, and he was sorry that happened. He didn't mean to do that. So we're glad you're back, Lilac. And he's glad you're back too. Hey, Spiritual Flock, good to see you. So we definitely have confirmation. I mean, I already know it. I've been getting it like crazy. So on the 13th at 8 o'clock, we're going to be gathering some of the people in our group. We might gather. I've been talking to my colleague, Greg, who doesn't have any of this. He doesn't have the TikTok or even Facebook. He's not a social media guy. But I've been in touch with him the other day. He's very excited about the event. I have other people that I know that run a really well-known spiritual center. So we're going to have a very beautiful group of people in the apple orchard, and it's really important. And we're going to gather. Johnny, I hope you can make it up here from New Jersey. It's really I'm feeling it's really important that we all are there. I know you're down in New Jersey, so I hope somehow the universe will let you come up here. I'd love to meet you. And hey, K. Smith, good to see you. We're notifying viewers. TikTok's notifying viewers that I'm live. That's good. Its algorithm is now working. So we definitely are interested. We're definitely excited, and I think it's going to be the most beautiful and most important event that we've ever done. And as we're doing this show, whether one understands it or not, please tap. We're at 5,300. If everyone taps, please share. Let people know we're on right now. We started to get on at 11 like we normally do, but we are on here now. So we need to get everybody aware that the Commander is live. Hey, good to see you. Everybody coming in here. Lacey, thanks for joining the show. And this morning we had a couple hundred people on this morning. Yeah, we did a 1 hour, 15-minute show this morning. Hey, Ashley, thank you for sharing. Everyone who you can share with people that you think are open to the show, share with them. Let them know we're here. That's really important. So things are amping up. Pat Pope, good to see you. Witness, thanks for the likes. We are looking forward to, hey, Rod, good to see you, Rod. And we got Lilac back on, Rod. So everything's cool. Everything's good. And yeah. And it's good to have our moderators here. I have some of the best moderators on here. Hey, Blue, welcome to the show, Blue. And I just think there's so many things going on now. And I will say this because it's really important. I am really psyched about not only next weekend, the fact that the weather's going to be good, And I don't know if it's going to be wet out in the field or whatever, but I don't think it'll be wet. It's going to be dried out by next Saturday. So make sure you bring water. If people are coming from the region that really have their head together spiritually and cosmically, you need to contact me on email. My email is CmdrAleon@AOL.com. You can message me here on TikTok, where the co-coordinator of the Ashtar Command contact group, and our group has been around for over 11 plus years. And so my background for new people, I am with the Ashtar Command. I'm very connected. I don't channel. I don't use crystal balls or palm reading. I don't throw cards in the air. I don't do pendulums. I am totally, completely, cosmically activated. Yeah. So yeah, K. Smith, it'll definitely be recorded. And this really weird feeling comes over me, like, wouldn't it be kind of interesting? Now, this is not supposed to happen. This is not, well, there's no supposed to's, right? Wouldn't it be interesting if we were recording with the tripod and then all of a sudden a cosmic door opens up to the ship and we have 20 people in the field and we're all four of us there, maybe a fifth person or something happens. It's not going to happen, but if it does happen, that would be the biggest surprise beyond 7 spaceships showing up above in the skies. If that we were there and we start going and being invited onto the ship that night. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I know they're listening to the show. I know that Commander Robar and Commander Nakanook, April's father, and everyone related and the others are watching and hearing what I'm saying. Wouldn't it be the biggest surprise of all if that we weren't waiting for 6 months to go on the ship, and that we actually, in that night in the field, apple orchard field, that we actually were invited that night to go on the ship? Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't, again, and I'm not assuming anything. I don't even know. It's a surprise. We only know that there's going to be 7 spaceships in the skies above us that we're going to be recording, But what happens if the real surprise is that we actually get to go on the ship? What happens? I'm speculating here, but that's what I do sometimes. That's what I do. And we're going to be on for a while. And I know the numbers will go up. They may not, maybe tonight because I started late. But, usually our numbers go up. It's really weird. When we go on and stay on later, we have up to like 200 plus people on here. It's kind of weird. But then there are people in Europe and people in other parts of the West Coast, Australia, all those places. I got dibs on the pearls. Okay, I hope there's enough pearls, April, on the ship. I hope if we go on the ship, I want to bring one of the pearls back to Earth that I can actually grow in my organic garden. So that's what I hope to do. It's really good to have everybody with us. We've had some dynamite interviews. If you missed any of the shows, we had some really great guest interviews on our show here. Some phenomenal people. When it comes to disclosure, this is where the disclosure is happening. I never understood why people are waiting for governments to tell them the truth. Well, I think I'm going to wait for, when are they going to tell us the truth, the government? We're just waiting for the Pentagon, Navy, everybody all over the world to tell us something about that UFOs are real and that there are people from other planets. I'm just an everyday person and I like the subject, but do you know if the government's ever going to tell us the truth? You see, there are people like that in real life that are waiting. So they only wait for the news to come out from the regular major media. Like if the major media does a story on UFOs and Pentagon, then they're like, oh, we're getting a little bit of truth here. We're getting some truth. Navy, Ministry of Defense, Chinese government is telling us something about the UFOs. Oh, there are UFOs. Oh, there might be even some people from other planets that exist out in the universe. It doesn't matter. That's the point, Ben. It doesn't matter because we're already in contact, you know, we're already in contact with the star people. We're all in contact. We're working with the best levels ever, the Ashtar Command, which is something I've been working with before social media. I'm just doing some satire here, essentially saying it doesn't really matter. you know. Hey, Mama Bear, good to see you. Hope you're having a beautiful night too. It's just one of those things where, hey, Cliff, it's just really important now that we realize that we are the ones we are disclosure, we are liberating the planet every single moment of our lives. Well, we have to live our lives, but we also have to be not just living our lives. Our lives are going to change, Ben. You see, what's going to be happening is once we have official contact, everything on this planet is going to shift. It's going to completely shift. Our whole goal is to bust, well, but it's not our goal. I've been busting the matrix in everything I do in broadcasting and radio on my NPR radio show for 21 years. I'm here to break people's belief systems down to, it's not a matter of just going about our lives. We all do. I mean, I do my regular thing in the 3D world, but even though I do it, I still live in my cosmic world too. When I'm here, this is my most important thing is to bust the matrix, do the shows, do my workshops, and yes, we live our daily lives. We obviously should. No way we're not, because we're human beings as well. So we're living our lives. We work. Maybe we're teachers. Maybe, whatever we are, whatever you do. You could be an airline pilot, whatever. So we have to live our lives, but we also have to be that cosmic being that we are within. We're not just human beings. We all know we're human, but we're more than just human beings, you see. Once we realize that, that's the most beautiful thing in the world, to realize that we're not just human beings, but we are from the stars, that we came here to have the human experience, but that's not all we're here to do. Yes, consciousness, you're right. Hey, Guy One, good to see you. Welcome to the show, everybody coming in here. And people will come in here around the world as we go. And we're on here for a while tonight. It'll get a much larger audience. It'll start coming in. SML Lake, good to see you. And everybody else. Summer, did you see my question? No, I didn't actually see it, Dawn. What was the question? It's funny. People ask me a question and then I don't see the question. Then they say, did you see the question? So send me the comment again about your question. I'll take a look at it right now. And don't you know that on TikTok, sometimes the questions don't show up and I'm looking for the question? So let's see if there is a question we can see. I don't want to go live. You don't have to go live. I don't want to go live. Rather not. NP, no, you don't have to go live. Just ask me the question. I'll answer your question. So I see your comments. So that's a good thing. So hit me with the question and I'll see if I can answer it. We're going to see what the question is. Dawn lost. Thank you, Ben, for the follow there. We appreciate it, brother. Lily, welcome to the show. Are you familiar with the San Juan Mountain, Colorado? No, I'm not familiar with that. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what's the San Juan Mountain, Colorado? I don't much activity. It says you're saying there's a lot of activity in the mountains of San Juan Mountain in Colorado. Hey, Shelly Ranch Life, good to see you. I don't know much about that area. Again, I know there's a lot of activity in Colorado in general with the spaceships, and for over the years, with a lot of that happening for years. That's right. So whatever that is in Colorado, I'm not familiar with the geography of that area because I'm in Connecticut, but I know Colorado is a big hotspot for a lot of off-planet activity. Singing bowls are great for Renaissance and clearing stuff. That's true. Yes, I can do it with white lights as well. Interesting. Yes, seen plain as day. So, Dawn, did you ever record anything in your area of Colorado? Do you have recordings? Do you record any of these spaceships, UFOs? Power of kindness. I remember a dream contact, 3 years old, bald heads, velvet robes, carried me out window on stretcher. Hey, Power with kindness, would you like to come on the show? No recordings, Dawn. Oh, okay. My family, myself ships. You sound like an interesting person, Dawn Lost. I'm sorry down the road, if you feel comfortable coming on down in the future, think about it. Many think military. Disc, flying disc. Okay, interesting. And when you feel comfortable. Dawn, one of the things about this show is I'm a contactee, so we won't put anybody down here. We have a great audience. We don't put anybody down. I've been on radio for since the 70s, but I've been doing a show on Ashtar Command on NPR radio for 21 years. I'm a contactee of Starseed, so I've actually come from what planet? I come from Mars. And I came to Mars from Mars on purpose to Earth. And I work with the Ashtar Command, which is the galactic forces of light, overseeing all the galactic areas of positivity within the multiverse of the universe. Let's see, how did you find out about Ashtar Command? Good question, Daniel. I like that question. So I actually didn't know anything about the Ashtar Command when I was a kid. I one day had a sighting at night with a spaceship and looking out my brother's room in a cul-de-sac in Long Island when I was a kid in the 60s. And I didn't have any reason to go upstairs, but I did. I had to go upstairs. And that's when I realized stuff, because I opened the shades of my brother's room, and there was a spaceship with men, women, and children wearing light blue space outfits, And they were looking at me. They were taller than, if I were standing next to them, they would say they're probably over 7 feet tall, the men and women. And then there were children. And they were all looking out the window at me, and they had an energy point in the center that was going crazy, like a blinking energy field in the center. And they telepathically communicated with me. They didn't tell me about Ashtar Command. They just said I wasn't from here. They said I'm from off planet. And when they told me that as a kid, I was excited. I went downstairs, tried to get my brother and my mother and father upstairs. I said, you have to come upstairs. They never came upstairs whatsoever. I was upset because they didn't come up. I mean, I was really upset. They didn't come upstairs, so they couldn't show them the ship. I couldn't show them anything. And then I looked back out the window. I calmed down, looked at the ship again with the people, and I felt an enormous amount of love. It was telepathically communicated to me. The energy coming from these people on the ship was pure love. I mean, the most incredible feeling of love. And I never forgot that contact when I was a kid from the 60s. I remember them. I remember what they looked like. I remember the suits they were wearing. Just beautiful, beautiful people, And then I basically went back in the closet. I didn't tell anybody about that. I didn't tell anybody. And I definitely, at one time, as I was getting older, I started to say, there's something going on here. I'm seeing all these spaceships in the sky and everything. I always had sightings. And then when I met this person, Athena in California, who lived in Sedona, Arizona, she knew all the contactees from the 50s and 60s and early 70s. And she was in direct contact with a being called Ashtar, who's a real being. And when I met her, that's when I found out about myself in terms of remembering things. I actually started remembering things when I was with this person in her workshops. And then I realized as an adult that I was not from here, that I came from off planet. And I've been with the Ashtar Command forever. And before I came to Earth, I was on the ships. What I did on the ships with the Ashtar Command is I dealt with communications, intergalactic communications. We use on the ships different crystallized structures, communication structures through crystals. I can't explain it to you, but I think when I go on the ship soon, I will be able to see the communication center on the spaceship, and I'll be able to teach people and tell you a little bit more about how that works. I'm just starting to remember things about that. So, so that's how it started when I was a little kid, but I didn't know the terminology of who I was communicating with until when I was an adult. So Ashtar Command is the overseers of all the positive forces of light. Forget about all these different federations and confederations and this and that. The Ashtar Command represents every single spiritual planetary system in the multiverse from the highest levels. Will they let you contact them now? I'm already in contact with them. We're going, Danielle, I know, I love your questions. There's going to be 5 of us, and on tomorrow night you're going to want to watch the show. We're going to be doing a special at 11 o'clock called Ashtar Command Q&A. The Ashtar Command watches my show constantly. Tomorrow night, there'll be open communications with the Ashtar Command with April in Vermont. One of her phones is specifically used for them to communicate, and she has two phones, one that they utilize to communicate from the spaceships, and we'll be having an extraordinary event tomorrow night, which is our special night for contact. So, I'm not from here. I am here in what I call the human bodysuit. As many people realize, if they are awakened, they are in the human bodysuit, having the human experience. But I'm not from Earth. Truly, I'm not. I've assimilated into the Earth culture. I think all starseeds have, and all that are in men and women throughout the world who are starseed have basically assimilated to be able to work within this planetary system. Yeah, it's like our shell, Dawn Lost. You're right. It's our shell. It's our shell. But I'm getting downloads constantly now, and I'm actually totally activated. I don't look at any websites for information. I don't read anybody's websites. I refuse to do it. The reason why I refuse to do it is because I get my contact direct off planet. My communications is clear, I keep myself clear. My body is my temple. My communications with the Ashtar Command is definitely very direct. I don't need to read websites about Ashtar or people's channelings or anything. I have to keep myself very clear. And I've really been good at doing that. Jill. Jill, nice to meet you. See, Jill remembers where she's from. I love it when people can say, without any question, I'm from Jupiter or what have you. Jill, nice to meet you. So you're in your human bodysuit and you remember you're from Jupiter. You see? That's the beauty of what's happening here. People that are starseed are starting to come out of the closet and say where they're from. When is mass disclosure coming? It's going to be coming soon. We're talking about a year and a half. It's not going to be coming from our governments. This program here is going to be a program of mass disclosure. This is the place where you're going to find mass disclosure, not on YouTube, not on Instagram, not on Facebook. On this show here, you're going to find disclosure. This is where it's going to happen, right here. It's going to happen on this show. And we're not going to have government people telling us the truth. It's going to come from our space family, the Ashtar Command, and this show. Power of kindness. You're from the Six Sisters. See? This is what I love, when people can come out of the closet and verbally put in a sentence, this is who I am and this is where I'm from. This is who I am. This is where I'm from. Yeah, the government never tells the truth. And no one should ever wait to get the news from News Nation or anybody or BBC about disclosure, because they're going to tell you nothing but lies. Okay? Nothing but lies. Does the Ashtar Command have spiritual? You kidding me? Great question, Danielle. The Ashtar Command are Christed beings. They're not earth-based religions or anything. The Ashtar Command are space men and women that have families. They live in total harmony with God, which is universal, or the Creator, and they are the most spiritual. I would say, we are the most spiritual beings in the universe. They work in Christ consciousness. They're all about love and, protecting planets and honoring the different planetary systems and all life on every planet, whether it's, marine life or whatever. The Ashtar Command, we love every level of life that exists throughout the universe. So yes, they are very, very spiritual in a very beautiful way. How does one awaken? By watching my show. If you watch my show long enough, you'll awaken. If you watch our show tomorrow night, you're going to be in for a blast, because it's our Ashtar Command Communications night. April and myself will be representing the Ashtar Command on the show tomorrow night. And so one of the ways you awaken is to do meditation. Meditation is a good way to wake up, to start waking up. Watching my show is another way, but meditation with like higher dimensional space music will help you. Doing the word you or om, those are vibrational patterns that will assist you. But you have to do a daily meditation. It can be for 30 minutes to start, and then maybe gradually do a 1 hour meditation and operate in what I call Christ consciousness. If you know what that is, Christ consciousness is the highest consciousness you can go into. And if you assimilate yourself into Christ consciousness meditation, you will elevate yourself to wake up into a higher elevation of understanding. I think it's power of, thank you so much for the hat. Thank you. Well, Jill, you came to the right program here. So let me say a breaking news, Jill. 30 years ago, people might have thought, everyone was crazy. But the ones that think people are crazy are now a minority. This is really good. The people that think we are crazy are a very small minority now. And the good news is it's because the subject of UFOs and extraterrestrials and ancient civilizations is all over the place. It's on different cable channels, different things, documentaries. It's become such a popular thing, excuse me, that the people that are crazy are the people that don't understand anything. So the good news is no one will think you're crazy. If you do have one or two people in your neighborhood who think that, just know that they're a minority now, and that we are the majority. We are the majority. Excuse me. So you're doing good by being here, Jill. Empathetic to all, yes. We're at 34.5. Let's keep it up. We have 25.1 likes. I want to get up to over 100,000 likes tonight, folks. So I need everybody. Hey, Guy One, thank you. Honey Kernels, they'll announce their truth, then hide underground, hoping we all fight with each other. I think Honey McNell is talking about the government or the people. I'm not sure where. I think that's what you're talking about. Benford says, if communications goes down completely, how would we keep contact with worldly intentions? Well, I don't know about communications going down, but there's going to be a shift in how communications happens. So I'm not sure if I'm getting all the information here. Example of good music. I'm reading people's comments here. Is the 6 sisters the same as the 7 sisters, or are they different? Huh. Let's see here. I'm reading people's questions here. So we talk about the 7 sisters. I don't know about 6 sisters, but there's 7 sisters in the Pleiades star system. I think we're dealing with, again, the 7 sisters. Honeymoon Hill says we'll have to stay loving and positive together as one consciousness. So we have nothing to worry about because our planet's shifting into a much higher frequency. We have nothing to worry about. We're going into a place where there's going to be attempts by the people who don't want the truth to come out. They're going to try to do things probably that are going to distort things, not tell people the truth. But I will promise you this, that we of the Ashtar Command and my space brothers and sisters are listening, will make sure that never happens. I'm telling you this now, that the Ashtar Command is here, and we're going to make sure that those that have been lying for 70 years cannot lie any longer. Matter of fact, they won't be allowed to. Whatever their shenanigans are that they try to do, whatever you hear about on the internet, don't believe it. Whatever videos people say about things, being covered up, or whatever people say that you're getting from other people's agendas, don't believe it. Please don't. It's just going to distort what's going on. What's going on is we are here to bust the matrix. We're going to bust it. We're busting it already. We've been busting it for years. Some of you have been busting the matrix. This show is busting the matrix. We're disclosure. This is disclosure. The commander's about the truth. I'm getting fired up. Carolina Polich says, agreed, life exists beyond Earth. Yes. Please, let's see here. Yeah, Kay Smith says, lots of people knew me. They said they were crazy too. So if anyone ever tells you you're crazy, be honored. Because they're the folks that are the minority, okay? If anyone walks down the street and says, oh, well, Madeline, you think you're from another planet. You're crazy. And you just look and smile in their face and say, Thank you. I appreciate that, because you're in for a lot of stuff happening above you, and I hope you're ready for it. Hey, Kit Kat. Kit Kat's one of the people that will be joining us in Connecticut. She's one of the 5 people that'll be going on the spaceship of the Ashtar Command with us. There, for people that are new to the show, there are going to be a 5th person that has not been announced yet. It will be once they are contacted. So, it's like people like Stephen Greer and all these people with their disclosure projects. And, all these well-known people that are doing UFO conferences have no idea what we're doing. They will eventually know who we are. They have no idea who we are yet. So what's going on here is we are going to, within 6 months, there are 5 people in our specific group that have been selected by the Ashtar Command off planet. Okay? And the 5 people, the 5th, which we don't know yet, will be brought on the ships. We're going to be going off planet. It could be for a month. It could be for 2 months. And then we'll come back. And so that's 2 months off planet, hypothetically speaking, when we go off planet. But on Earth time, it might be only 2 hours. So on Earth time, we might be away for 2 hours. But off planet, it could be a month, 2 months. There's no time. There's no time and space. So when we go off planet, we're going to be taken to different places, and we're going to learn a lot of things that we're going to be bringing back for the sake of helping humanity on planet Earth. So we're not going to be dreaming about it. We're not going to be sitting around in a big room going into a Merkaba state or meditating or anything like that. We're just going to be physically going in real time on the spaceship. And it seems like I'm talking about that a lot because it's really important for people to know we are really going on a spaceship. We're not making up stories here. We're not having wishful thinking. We are actually have been selected by off planet by our space family, and there's going to be other groups around the world that will be contacted in groups of 5 that will eventually be going on ships as well. Okay? I have so much to talk about here, I have to slow myself down. My mind's just like going a mile a minute right now. Healing Wellness, good to see you. Healing Energy Wellness. Carolina says, do the other planets believe in it? It's not a belief system. The other spiritual planetary worlds live it. They don't know. So the Ashtar Command represents all these other spiritual planets beyond Earth. They all live in that renaissance of energy. They all live in Christ consciousness. They all live in peace. All the planets beyond us that live in this level are vegetarians. On Earth, we have a variety of things we're used to eating other than just vegetables. We eat other things. On other planets, they live in oneness with the Creator. There's no religions. There's no shopping malls. There's no politics. None of that stuff exists. They all live in a unified harmony, every single planet within the multiverse. On Earth, we don't do that. We've separated everything, countries, people. We've created all these artificial things on our planet that really are not the truth. And that's what's created all this problem that Earth has. Great question, Carolina. Danielle says, and you'll come back with information. Yes, we're going to be coming back with information for everybody. So when we come back from the ship, for me, that'll be my first time going. We're going to have probably many times when we're going to be going off planet on the ships, more than we even know. But every time we come back on planet Earth, we're going to have information for everybody that will be broadcasted on my radio show and here on TikTok. You're not going to get this information on YouTube. Well, when my shows are recorded, they'll be on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News, where all my YouTube, my shows are recorded. They'll be on there, and I'm on Facebook, and we'll share some stuff on Facebook. But mostly here on this particular mode of operation, we'll be sharing the information here through the TikTok technology. And we will be coming back. Kaylee, thank you for the flowers. Though on time concept we created, Yes, physically on the ship. So all these people on Facebook that are channeling and how things are going to be lovey-dovey and all that stuff, we don't do that. It's things are real. I mean, when you hear April and myself tomorrow night with our Ashtar Command contact night, the space people will use music to present a message. We also can hear them speak English through the other phone that she has, and you'll hear that tomorrow night. They'll sometimes speak when I'm talking, and you'll hear them communicate, as well as tomorrow night they will select music that has a message. On that night, I will sing a galactic song to our space brothers and sisters of the command, and they will play a song through this other phone that has a message for everybody. And we've had a beautiful synergy of communications that way. K. Smith, Earth time 2 hours, so I don't need to bring my sewing machine with me, right? Nope, you don't need to bring anything with you, except you. Hey, good to see you, James. Let's see. Daniel Mononico says, who's the bad ones? The Draco and the Reptilians? Yes. So the Ashtar Command is kicking off all the negative ETs. They're being forced off the planet as we speak. Wherever they're hiding, whether it be underground or on the surface part of the planet, all those beings are being sent off planet for good. There's a big shift coming. They're not going to be allowed to interfere with the beautiful transformational shift over a planet. So they are being taken off the planet. Down rabbit hole, you had contact. When did that happen? This is interesting. When did you have contact, James? Wait till you see these pictures, Commander. You're going to flip. Yeah, we'll bring you up, James. When did you have contact? So do you, Kelly Struthers says, do you, what's the RM mean, Kelly? Can you tell me what the RM means? I saw a cloud today shaped like a UFO, F. King says. It just disappeared, cloaked right in front of me. Interesting. Oh, remember me. Oh, yeah, Kelly, yep. Thank you for the roses. I'm just reading all these comments, man. There's so many comments here to read. Hey, Chris, good evening. Oh, PME, okay. They use clouds as part of their cloaking capabilities. Not taking your mobile phone with you because it won't work. The phones, when we go on the ships, will not work. It's just because of the vibrational frequencies of the spaceship, our technology will not work. They'll work outside of the spaceships, but they won't work in the ships. Yeah, I like that. Stairway to Heaven. That's a good song, Honey McReynolds, too, by the way. Paranormal Ghostbusters, I did. I was about to be abducted, Kelly says. Moderator, let's see here. Oh, you had a contact tonight. So did you have contact with star people or space people? James, what happened? Was it space related? I just want to get an idea, James. It changed your life. Let me see here. I wonder if I should be the fifth person on the spaceship. We don't know who the fifth person is. April, who's my friend in Vermont, knows who it is. So we already know who it. She knows who it is. We're all going to know tomorrow. Well, not only know, we're even going to know tomorrow night. We're going to know when that fifth person is actually ready to come forward and want to be revealed. I'm going to leave that up to April on that one. But there is a fifth person. I'll join in a minute. Okay. Oh, you're editing the pictures for clarity. All right. Kelly has a video. I want to see that. It was definitely galactic. You see, this is the thing. I think people are being contacted. People we know that wherever reason they might have been in a different mindset, they're being contacted to open their consciousness up. I do believe that's happening. I do believe that's starting to happen. It stopped. I felt so excited. F. King says, interesting, F. King. Uh, I would have to read more of the story, Kelly, about the beings taking you before I make a comment about it. I'd have to really read into it, and then I can probably tell you. Let's see. My friend has a UFO video. She'll send it to me right now. Oh, interesting. And if you want to forward any UFO videos to me to review, I'll be happy to do that. You have to send it to CmdrAleon at AOL.com. Let's see. I think, let's see where we are. JLO, can you tell me who you are and what you want to talk about? JLO, I see randomly somebody wanting to come on here, but I want to know who they are and what one of the things is I will always ask you to comment as to what you want to talk about, so we're not getting any trolls here. TJ made it. How about the Texas spaceship? You want to kind of elaborate what you mean by Texas spaceship? Because in Texas, there have been a lot of sightings over the decades of different types of non-terrestrial spaceships. Stephenville, Texas, as one example. Hey, Cheryl, good to have you with us. Lots of UFOs in Nevada. Nevada, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico. A lot of non-terrestrial as well as reverse engineered stuff going on down there. Hey, Yaya. Good to have you out there on the West Coast. Hope you're having a beautiful night. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Good to have you with us. So in terms of what's happening, I listened to a lot of Coldplay. If you like Coldplay, I've been listening to a lot of Coldplay lately for some reason. There's always a message in Coldplay's music, and there's certain songs that really kind of relate to the spiritual well-being in their messaging of Coldplay's music. And I was listening on the way home to certain songs with Coldplay, and it was the most beautiful thing. And it felt like the music was just like making me remember things about my off-planet experiences. So I love Coldplay because there's a certain spiritual thing with their music that I really sense. It's just really beautiful. Yeah, they are starseeds. Coldplay is definitely starseed. Certain songs are just like, they just really are vibrating on that frequency. And I was listening to their music, and I've been, for some reason, just really focused on their music, on certain songs. I'll listen to it in the morning, and then I'll listen to it on the way home. And I just listen to certain songs. I'll be flipping through their songs. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about them, they're different. They're definitely starseed. Without a question, their music has a message that is inspiring. I think a lot of it's spiritually galactic, depending on the song. And I think they really are. Hey, welcome, Gal. Good to see you. I just, things are happening so quickly now. I've been actually saying to myself quietly, I was thinking about it today, like, I'm ready to go on the ship right now. I'm like saying to myself, I am perfectly spiritually ready to go on the ship right now. I mean, I would go on the ship right tonight. I would go on the spaceship tonight, and I'm ready to go on that spaceship. I've actually come to the conclusion. I mean, I came to the conclusion a long time ago, but right now, if the door opened to the spaceship in my room here, I would go on that spaceship right now. Just let people know the commander is absolutely centered, totally at peace, totally excited, and I'm ready to go on the spaceship. I am. I'm just like totally ready. I have nothing other than pure love and excitement in my heart when this happens. I know, like April will tell you, I'm a little bit impatient. I mean, I understand that's a human thing, but I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. I'm physically going on I'm going to go physically on the spaceship. So I'm going to physically, in my awakened state on the ship, I probably have gone on ships through my life when I was sleeping, but this is going to be actually an awakened experience. Yes. Oh yeah, it's definitely going to happen. Yaya knows. Yep. But like I said, I have to just be patient a little bit longer because that there's going to be 5 of us together going on the ship from our 4 or 5 locations, wherever that is. So I know Johnny, myself, April, of course, Kit Kat, and one other person that we're going to find out about soon. We'll all be going on together or meeting each other together from our locations that will be picked up on the ship, and we'll be going on the ship together. You see? And like I said, it's not like a joyride. We're not going for a joyride on the ship to just say, oh, we went on the ship and we came back. We are all on mission to Earth. All on mission to Earth. We're going to learn things. We're going to be activated when we're on the ship. I'm absolutely certain we're going to have abilities that we didn't have before we went on the ship. We're going to be activated till we can use our abilities to help the planet when we come back. I really do believe that. Not only believe it, I know it's true. Hey, Flower Power, good to see you. I'm really happy tomorrow's Friday, even though it's going to rain Friday in New England and Saturday. Who cares about the rain? You know, I'm just glad the weekend's coming here. Man, I'm just on a roll tonight. Just a talking, cosmically talking. Well, I have to talk instead of just sitting here looking at you, right? Ashley says Coldplay's singer was married to Gwyneth. Oh, Paula, really? I didn't know that. Interesting. You know, and James is going to come on in a little bit. He said he had slowed down, Commander. Yeah, I am fired up. James has come on. He just had a contact experience. James just had a transformational experience. Thank you. He just had something happen to him that he's going to share. And when he's ready, he'll come up tonight, and I want to hear what he has to say because something happened with him. And we're going to find out what happened because something happened with him that I think changed his whole consciousness. I'm feeling something happened. And, hey, Dawn Lost, thanks for coming on here. When you feel like coming on live with us, just let me know, and we'll usually be on here at 11 at night, and you're welcome to be a guest when you feel comfortable doing it. So thanks for sharing on the sentences here. We appreciate it out there in Colorado. And, so, you're most welcome. And so we do interview people on our show, and we can't force people to come up here and be interviewed. But if you wish to share your story about star people, your contacts off planet, if you've ever seen anything, hey, Jersey for Life, if you're having experiences with fairies, mer people, we want to hear it. So I'm going to bring James up, and we're going to find out what's going on with him because it sounds like he just had something. When I say had something happen, it sounds like something happened. So on a galactic, what his story is, and bring him up here. Good evening, James. How you doing? He'll be. I just brought him up. He'll have his mic on, I think, in a minute. Hopefully, he meant to press the button to go live with me so he can hear his story. And he might be getting himself ready, unless he mispressed the button and he wasn't ready to come up. I'm not sure.
Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
So James,
This is Encounters.
So it sounds like you had something happen.
I'm trying to set up the green screen here so I could share you my pictures, Commander.
Okay.
And you're not going to believe
And when did this happen, by the way?
tonight.
It happened tonight.
Tonight,
What time did it?
right before Grace was going on, probably like 9:15. Um, and just in the middle of the woods. And hold on, let me load up the first picture that I
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
show, and then we'll start getting into the story here.
Yeah. Because I have a lot of questions. I'm going to ask you. Certainly, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody.
He's gonna get the picture. He probably
Okay,
you took
this
you
is
took.
the enhanced picture.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
the most enhanced picture that I can get.
And
Okay.
what can you explain what that is?
So let me give you the whole story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Commander, we've got all this stuff going on, all this contact, all of these stories going on, and I needed clarity. I just needed to ground myself and,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just get out there. So I go out to the woods and I'm just doing a little meditation. I'm praying and and I'm kind of like almost like demanding to spirit. I'm like, listen, guys, I said, we're getting all of this contact stuff and we need proof. Like we need some real proof because so many of us, including myself, we are just our 3D minds are so skeptical.
Yeah, it is. That's $3 always are, right?
So as I'm like in this meditative state, it was almost like the angels opened up the sky
Yeah.
and this is the from directly underneath what
Mm-hmm.
appear to me to be a craft.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like it.
Be- Now, I did not have contact with the craft per
Right.
se,
Right.
but the story is going to get even better because I'm gonna load up the next
No,
picture.
no problem. But that definitely, I can feel that. You know how I read energy of people. I'm reading your energy. It feels like it is some sort of a spaceship.
Wait, see, so then now this is right directly above me. Well, then it turns, and I get a better. It was kind of like phasing in and out, like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
like a cloaking type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not. It looks so bad on this.
Yeah. Well, you figure out. Okay. Uh. Okay. Explain what that is.
So this is the whole side of the craft.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
the whole side of the craft. This is like if there was a window where they were looking out of.
Right. Right.
This is the window right here.
Oh
This
my
is like,
God.
so if you were looking at, so like the typical UFO, if you were looking
Yeah.
at it straight sideways,
Yeah.
so this right here is like the curvature of it.
Yeah. Look at that. That thing's you can see the structure of the ship. It's
And
amazing.
this underneath here is like we are looking up into the ship.
Right. And talking about the bottom part, right?
So what this picture is, we're seeing depth, like you can see
Right. Right.
inside of this thing.
Yeah. Look at it. Look how clear it is. It's incredible.
Whew, my heart is starting to race because
Is there
Commander,
is
this
every is everybody looking at this right now? I hope you're all focusing on this and not talking to each other. This look at this. This is incredible. Definitely amazed. Not only is it amazing, it's definitely wants itself to be seen. It wants you to see it. It's saying, okay, you want proof? Here we are. Okay,
wait,
wake up.
Commander. There
Yeah.
were multiple things going. I'm not going. I know I'm reading the chat. I don't think this is a fifth person thing. This is totally different, Commander. I
Yeah.
believe that this was a UFO, but the entities that I had contact with
Hmm.
were angelic.
I
They
believe
were
that.
not ETs, but there were ETs around.
Right. The angelics are part of the Ashtar Command, just so you know. The angelics work and they have angelic planets and they do have spaceships. So, yeah, what you're saying is right on the money.
Well, I was Commander. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You and me have talked a lot, and I was praying. I was praying about me talking crap. I was praying about my perception and how I you know respond.
Yeah, we had a lot of
How
talks
I
about this. and I challenged
how
you.
I react personally,
Yeah,
and I was in this moment of reflection, and you know, um, I was asking a lot of questions, right?
right.
So that's when that's when I'll say that I had a Holy Spirit contact,
Yeah,
and I told them I need solid, something
yeah.
solid. So now I'm going to show you a picture because, and the story is going to go continue, but they
Yeah.
allowed me to, one of the entities came down in full figure,
Are you serious?
angel, and he
An
allowed me
angel.
to take a picture of him, and it's going to blow everybody's mind.
I want to see this. And I want to tell you, James and I had confronted him. I really pushed back on him a lot. No one knows how much I pushed back on him. And we're going to see this. So they contacted him to, straighten everything out so he knows the truth. Let's look at that.
Okay. So, right here, this is his head. Now here's where it's weird. You know that thing where I wear over my head and it kind of comes down
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and it like comes like a sash on each side?
Yes, I've seen
So
that.
imagine the head, him fully cloaked, and two big, long, purple, red, bright sashes.
Hmm.
It looked like he had a long, flowing robe on.
Wow.
And he had like this there was like a structure thing floating above him. It kind of looked like a V, and it
Yeah,
was like beaming a light to the ship that was above.
yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody
That's.
look.
Let's look
Hold
at
on.
the
Everybody
picture.
look.
And can you narrate this? So we're looking at the picture.
Here's his head. Here's his shoulders. Here's his the two sashes. Here's his body, the robe, and here's two other guys standing behind him
Yeah, you can see the images of them right next to him. And how did you take the picture when that was happening?
with my phone.
I mean, I know that, but
And wait. Okay, now Grace is in the chat. Shaman Storm has a UFOlogy book, and one of the entities, one of the like angelic beings
yeah,
looked exactly like this with the two sashes coming down. Look at the two
really,
sashes right here.
yeah, I can see that.
You can see his hands tucked in. Like he's
Yeah,
like so if he's standing, he's got like his hands like tucked in like this,
right.
and you can see
Like in
his
a
arms and shoulders and
look at
everything.
that. Let's look at the picture. Let everyone look at the picture. So, and I'm going to narrate this just a little bit. So, just to let you know, I gave James a lot of pushback quietly, and and he did a lot of self reflection. And now this is amazing what he's showing us. So he's just had contact, which I'm sure if it was me, it would blow my mind away with everything I believed or whatever I was thinking. If I was James, this was like not only confirmation, but just saying, okay, James, you wanted
Well,
confirmation.
wait. This goes way deeper. I'm just showing you guys pictures right now. We're not talking
Yeah,
about the
right,
actual
right.
contact part.
Well, we have plenty to talk about, so we're gonna go with this. And I'm just like amazed at what's happening here. So watch this,
Okay.
people.
Now, I have another picture, guys. Now this is where it's going to get intense. So, I asked if I can take a closer picture, and so you know what like when you get like a 3D ultrasound picture
Yeah, yeah,
of like a baby.
yeah, yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
Okay, so this is zoomed in, and oh wait, this is not a good one. Hold on.
Okay, you want to give us a better picture, I think.
Yeah, hold on, because I changed the coloring on it. Because when you change
Hmm.
the color, you can
Hmm.
see different things.
Hmm.
So this one shows more of the texture.
Hmm.
Okay, so okay, wait.
And when you get the
Now,
picture, explain what we're looking at.
what you're going to see is, imagine like a 3D ultrasound picture of a
Mm-hmm.
person.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I was zoomed in, and what you're going to see is like the nose, where like the eyebrows come in, and the nose
Mm-hmm.
ridge line, and the
Mm-hmm.
peak of the nose, and like the two caved in spectacles of where the eyes are.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to.
Okay. I think I see the eyes. Are those the two dark things on the top corner of the eyes on the right?
Okay, so this is one eye. This is another eye. This is a nose structure here, nose structure here. So now when you have that mentality, look at it.
Yeah, I see a nose, what appears to be two eyes, a nose, and a mouth below it, like a mouth, like a human mouth or something. Am I correct? It's on the corner, like the head. I see the head of the angel, the two eyes, the nose, and what appears to be a mouth. The way you colored it, there's a distinct. You can see the eyes. Does everybody see the eyes, the mouth, and the face? I see it. I'm looking at the top corner. Okay. All right. I just want to make sure everyone's seeing the same
Whew.
thing.
Okay.
That is amazing.
And I'm just showing pictures now, guys. There's so much more context to this.
Hmm.
But I want you guys to see the pictures. Okay, so
Yeah.
this picture I had, when I'm looking at it on my phone, I can
Hmm.
clearly see the outline of the angel, because now there was like a beam, and you can see like
Hmm.
here's the head, here's the arms, and there's like
Right.
two legs.
Right.
Because now there was a portal thing going on, and we'll talk
A
about that
portal.
too.
Okay. And was that portal out? This is outside of your house, right? In the woods?
This is in no, this is not by my house. This is in the woods.
In the woods. Okay.
Now if you guys have to look close. See, like look at how the lighting has changed. Here's the head right here. There's an
Right.
arm coming. The guy he's walking. Here's
Oh yeah,
his
I see it. I
other
see it.
arms poking here, and
He
there's like
has a light.
here's his
He
body
ha-
right here.
his body is the lighter form around the dark background. He has a head
Hold
like a
on, I'm
human
trying to.
body. If you look at yourself, he's got the body there. I see the body like us. He's got the arms, like shoulders and the arms, and you can see his whole body. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, you can see it. Does everybody see the body? Look to the darker section. You can see the lighter part is the body. Can everybody see that?
And he's walking towards what I'm calling it a portal, but
Hmm.
it was not a portal because
Okay.
it was more of like their version of a TV screen.
Okay.
Because he says, I'm going to show you. What do you want to see? And oh shoot, hold on, I got to plug my phone in before it dies.
Okay. Okay.
And he said, what do you want to see? And I said, I want to see something that's I want to be able to get a full 4K picture. I don't want to be able to. I don't want to have to zoom. I don't
Right.
want to have to do anything. I want a full
You want
4K
to see?
picture.
Yeah, you want to see the whole thing.
And Commander, they said they were going to show me a planet, and
Hmm.
the planet was a desert type planet,
Hmm.
but there were pyramids on this planet that were the same size as our pyramids,
Hmm. Hmm.
and then there was other ones that
Hmm.
made our pyramids look like dwarfs.
Like miniature pyramids. Yeah.
Oof. So if everybody's ready, Commander, like
Yeah, I want
almost
to
like
see
a
this.
Tatooine, Andrew, almost
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
Tatooine. So I have a full 4K picture with the
Hmm.
sand. It's gonna blow your shit. Hold on.
Okay. This is amazing. And people understand something. Before he shows that, I gave James a lot of pushback. I was in my Ashtar Commando with him a few weeks ago. I gave him a lot of pushback. And
But wait, now these guys were not Ashtar Command. I will tell you that.
well, the angels are part of that. The angels are actually a part of it. Believe it or not, they are. The angelic
Okay,
realm is a
is
part of it. But go
everybody
ahead.
ready? This is picture one. Now, if you look close, now I'm gonna come in front here. Okay, this picture is gonna blow your mind, guys. There are faces everywhere in this portal screen thing watching me. And you're gonna see different beings, different species, and if you look right here, you can see there is a pyramid, there is
Right.
a pyramid,
Yeah, I
and
see
this
it.
pyramid right here is the same exact size as Giza.
Really.
This one next, and the layout is the same exact layout as Giza, Commander.
Right. And what's
But
that little one? What's the little thing
if
below it? Is that a pyramid too?
this
That's a pyramid. Yeah.
pyramid, pyramid, big pyramid, here's like the big one and the two little ones. But
Hmm.
if you look here, there's a huge, look how big this pyramid is, Commander.
Now
And this
you're
right
talking
here is their
right.
moon.
The moon. So this pyramid there, I see the big pyramid. How come they weren't able to give you able to see the bigger pyramid? Can you bring that in more? The bigger pyramid, the whole thing.
Uh,
Is there a way you can
well,
bring that?
the picture that I took, I wasn't even thinking this. There's a ravine right here. Look how it like falls. I know you
Yeah,
can't
it
see it.
goes.
Hold on.
The ravine
But
goes
if you guys
down.
look in, you could see the contour of the sand and the dirt
Oh yeah, I see
and
that.
all like the landscape. But really, so if sitting normal is like this, turn it like this. Turn your
Sideways.
screen
Yeah,
like this,
yeah.
and then look at it.
Hmm. So you can see that the desert area. You can see the end of the large pyramid. How perfect the line
And
symmetry
if you
is.
look, like here's a face looking. Here's a
Right.
face looking.
Right.
Here's a face looking. There's an outright ET right over here. This
Right.
guy, this guy looked like the octopus guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. He had like a big bulby thing on his head. He had
Yeah.
look, if you look, you can even see little things hanging down, and they're
Yeah.
all watching me.
Hmm. Hmm. And were they all on that planet?
No, no, none
Okay, they weren't.
of them are on the
So
planet. This is like a screen.
okay, screen.
But okay, the green is like all a screen. If you could see, even see, you can see how the planet or the moon right here. See the curvature of this moon here.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
see how
that
the
moon. I can
curvature
see
of the
that.
moon is covering the screen.
Right. The moon
Right?
is in
You
the
see how
is out of
it's
there.
fully encompassed here. And here's their
Right.
sun. I don't know if you can see it. They had a red sun,
A red
and their
sun.
red sun was up here. And
Oh, that's
look,
amazing.
pyramid,
So
pyramid,
their moon, the
pyramid.
sun, the pyramid, and did they tell you what the name of the planet was?
No, no, they did not tell me what planet it was. It was just like a screen that they opened up and they
They
said,
open up the
"Here,
screen.
take a picture."
Hmm. Interesting.
Wait,
That's
Commander. Oh,
amazing.
this thing gets even crazier.
I think he has more stuff to show us. You're watching
Okay.
Encounters,
Oh, there it is.
and
There's the better picture of it.
okay, let's see it now. That's what I want to see. There's the pyramid. That's the big pyramid, which is bigger
So
than
if
our
you look
pyramids
and
on Earth.
see, wait, if you look and see, look, small pyramid over to the
Right,
side.
right,
Here's the
right.
one that looks like Giza. Here's the
And then
other one, and here's the
big, huge
big
one.
black massive one, and
That's a big pyramid.
here's their moon
Hmm.
right here, and then
And
here's like that
the
screen
sun.
thing in the background. And wait,
Now,
you can see these like metal structures right here that are
what are
like
those?
in the ground,
Hmm.
attached to the ground. Look, and
Did they
this is like sand and stuff.
did they explain to you what the metal structures were?
It was for like a water like a evaporate like to
Mhm.
suck water
All right, so they have a water.
like a well type system.
So they have technology on their planet that they use for water and other things. I'm assuming, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. But look at that pyramid, though, everybody. The pyramid on the big one that he just showed you
Look
when
how
they open
big
their
it is,
screen up.
guys.
Look how
Look at the
that's huge.
detail. Okay, so
You know.
wait, Monique, I like I said, there's a lot to talk about. This is going to be a lot
He
because
this is
I'm just showing
and
you guys pictures.
let me tell you something, because James was the most skeptical person I've known as a friend, and what happened to him tonight, I can only imagine his whole consciousness has shifted
Okay, so
quite crazily.
this is me trying to get a zoomed in picture of their pyramid. And I mean, and but there's like rocks and mountains. But look, you can.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how
look at
much more
this.
clear you guys can get, and you
Yeah,
can see that that is not a picture of our pyramid.
right. And can you explain how the angelic being was able to open a screen? How did that work?
Okay, Commander. So this is where everything is gonna get like this is where things are gonna mess with people's minds a little bit. The multiverse and the multi dimensions, it's beyond anything that we really fathom, Commander. So
Mm-hmm,
when I
mm-hmm.
was in contact with, so these were like ancestral. When that angel when that angel guy came down, he
Yeah,
was an ancestral angel. He was not an ET. He was not,
right,
from another planet. He
right,
was angelic. And
right.
I so once I realized that he was angelic, I started asking him questions about forgiveness, about sinning, about what we are doing on earth and
Mm-hmm.
how is that going to affect our afterlife. Because Commander, I'm not going to lie, I was not thinking about ETs and aliens. I was like, okay, if you have a chance to talk to an angel, what's the first thing you're going to ask? And I'm thinking, okay, if you're showing me that angels are real and this concept of heaven is real, you know, I've done some things Commander. I felt like I was getting held to full account. Like I was being weighed and measured. Like it
You're
was
also
like
you're also
like
being
I was.
downloaded. You're being
Well, it
awakened.
was like when you're in front of the gates of Peter and they say, God's gonna go through every. And I was not dead, guys. I was conscious.
Yeah, you're being
Um,
awakened. You're being activated.
and it was so but so people were asking if we were talking telepathic. So once I get in, I don't worry, Monique. I asked that question too. Yes, definitely felt like an ant in comparison. So when after he showed me the planet, he said, "Now we're gonna answer some of your questions." And this is where again, I'm gonna change the picture
Yeah, 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 yeah,
while I'm talking. I'm gonna put the angel back on the picture.
yeah. And we'll just have to show people what the angel is. Okay, so there's the picture. Look how clear that
Okay,
picture is of the angelic being.
so so he said we want some answers. I said okay, well death and sinning and all that, and then I brought up. So when I say I brought up, I was not like actively thinking of these things. Okay, I was connected in such a way that not only can I feel myself, Commander, but
Mm-hmm.
I could see myself through these beings' eyes. I can feel the room around me. I could feel the um just the energy flowing. It was almost like I was tapped into um like an omnipotence almost. Not that
Mm-hmm.
I had the power, but like
Right.
I had the access almost.
Well, you were tapped in the source, is what you were tapped into, James. That's what it was.
So I started asking him. I said, "Hey, man, listen." But I wasn't asking because everything that I was thinking, they knew instantly. But
Mm-hmm.
I was talking verbally because that was comfortable for me. But I
Mm-hmm.
was not like in my body per se. Like my body was there, but I could look through my eyes. I could
Mm-hmm.
look
Mm-hmm.
above. I could
Mm-hmm.
look. It was weird. It was weird. It was like being in a full dream control.
Hmm.
And I said, "Listen, I've done some things. I've said some things. I've messed up. I've joked on people. I've talked shit on people. You know, are these things gonna keep me from going to heaven?" And the guy, like, almost, it was like they almost laughed about it. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
"All of those things that you are suffering from, all of those issues are um, part of the human condition.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are
That's right.
all gonna have these thoughts. You are all gonna have your nobody is going to be perfect on earth. He said, when you transcend, you will be weighed and measured by your true heart, your true actions, the true nature of who you are
That's
will
right.
be fully weighed and measured.
That's
And
right.
then the weird stuff really started happening because I said, is it like heaven, hell, is what Commander said, Ashtar Command? I brought it all up. He
Yeah.
says, he said, we're not part of the Ashtar Command at all. He said, the Ashtar Command operates in a whole other dimension than we do.
Yes.
A
We do.
whole other a whole other time and frame of space
Right.
does those beings exist in. So at the same time that they were they are here on Earth, they have like their own reality,
Yeah,
and
they
they are
do.
able to
The angels
shift
do.
between these realities.
Oh, the angels do. Yeah, they definitely do.
No, I mean even all of them, every single one of them, the Ashtar Command, the
Oh yeah.
Intergalactic Council,
Oh, they can.
the
Yeah. Well, they have the.
Sagittarian Council. Now
Yeah, they all can
these
switch.
angelics, these guys, these were totally different.
Yeah. But
These
I got to tell you,
guys,
there are angels that are from angelic planets, not these maybe, that are part of the Ashtar Command. Just to let you know.
yes,
There
okay,
are.
so those are like, so on those planets they're like celestials, they're like
Right.
etherical, and they are in our current space and time. Like
Right.
if we had a craft that we could travel to their planet right now, they would
Right.
be there right now
Right.
as we are speaking.
The angels you're talking about are different. You're absolutely correct about that.
Yeah, yeah. So I was because I'm not gonna lie, I was so I mean, as a human, that's what we worry about most is like
Right.
death and
Right.
um because I already knew ETs were real and spirits and ghosts and all of that stuff. And we can go into. I'm not going to go into the
No, we're not going
ETs
to go into
because there's so
paradox.
many of the ETs.
They're all
There's
over the
so
place. Yeah.
much going on in the ET in this multiverse that there are things. There are
It,
some entities that have full omnipotence. They can see everything going on. They can influence everything going on. What we would call source, God, angels,
yeah.
whatever.
Source. God. Yeah. Yeah.
And these ETs that we see and we interact with, and the portals and all of that stuff.
Right.
He said if there were a
Right.
billion dimensions,
Right.
what we are seeing is only within the first
I was going to
five or
say,
six.
we're seeing a small portion of what's out there.
Like
We haven't
this,
we haven't even seen half of what's out there.
like
Really, in
this,
truth. Yeah.
like this. And yeah, everything all at once, Brim. It was odd. So I was asking about contact and commander. When I'm pushing back on commander always tells me, um we don't we believe everybody, but we we have to have faith, right?
Right.
Commander said we don't question people's contact stories.
That's right.
And how the angels are saying is, if when proof is needed, proof will come.
Right.
And if they said, if you guys, they acted like they didn't even know, like they're like, hey, whatever those Ashtar command guys got going on over there, they we don't even interact. Like, people,
Yeah,
all
they're
of these
operating.
entities have
They're
free
operating.
sovereign will,
That's
and
right.
our job is not to interfere with what any of them going on. Our job right here, right now, James, is to focus on what you and you need to understand that everything is within you, and
Right.
that and they say trust your discernment. Always have skepticism and doubt, and do it with grace, and let the universe take care of everything else.
Right. And the thing is, and James, no, I gave him. I was in my Astro Command mode when I was pushing back at him really hard, and I did. James knows it. And look what happened. Look what's happening right here. That I mean, I don't know if James ever thought this was going to happen to him, but look at what's happened to him. And it's got to. If it was me, if I was James, this would have changed my life. This would have blown me away. It just made me look at everything differently now. And
Yeah,
I
and I'm
have a.
not trying to take anything away from the ETs, but to me, the ETs don't even matter anymore. There is so much more. There, guys, we don't
Good.
even know. The ETs are just like the
But you know
ETs are
what?
just
And
a
also,
little inkling of proof that there's much
but
more.
but also understand it's not just the general term ET. There's different levels of consciousness.
Right.
So this
It's
this
all
and
about
people
consciousness.
it's all about consciousness. The Ashtar Command operates on what we call Christ consciousness, which is connected with Source. So they are very much up there. But again, what James is experiencing is very beautiful for James because he has, like I said, I gave him a lot of pushback, and I was operating in Ashtar Command mode with him, and I gave him a lot of pushback. And look what happened. Totally different, very different, and very beautiful. Look at the images they showed him. You know,
And I did not
look at
have
that.
to zoom in for these images. This is, it was like I was standing in front of like an IMAX movie screen.
Yeah, I mean, look how clear they are. It's
And they were
now
like,
and
so, I mean, you could see the sand. You could see the sand and the
now,
dirt.
now, what did they use to create the images? Did you have like a big screen that they used,
Like
or
I
how did
said,
they
it
do
looked
that?
like a screen, but there was not like a screen there. It was just like
Hmm.
boom, like
Yeah,
it was there. Like, I don't know how to
yeah.
explain it.
No, it's okay. I mean,
Okay, so the
yeah. Go ahead.
angel, wait, angels trying to reach us. Something is going on. No, so I asked about impending doom. I asked about impending doom, and the angel was like, "Why? What?" He's like, "You're on Earth." It
Right.
was like they were just trying. They kept on trying to just read it to me. They're like, "You guys on Earth are worried about so much.
That's right.
Like, stop worrying."
See,
Stop
that's my
worrying. He
point,
said.
James.
He said,
You stop
if an
worrying.
asteroid comes tomorrow and destroys Earth, you will have worried for nothing.
Right.
Live your
That's
life. Be
and
good.
you be
Stack
good.
your blessings.
And did you know, James, that's exactly what the whole thing is with the galactic levels of light coming to Earth and all that, is that people on Earth, and that's why I don't go into any websites, because people on Earth, they have all these agendas and 3D things, and they're always like in that mode, like you're saying. And, they'll say, what are people getting all into the 3D thing when there's so many beautiful things that we have to learn? And you're showing an aspect of something very beautiful here that you never experienced, and I know it's transforming your life. I can tell just by watching these photos and what you're telling about as you narrate your story from earlier tonight of the actual event. And this all happened earlier tonight, like yesterday night.
Tonight.
So, or tonight, yeah. Well, now it's like 1:04 in the morning, but yeah. So continue, James.
And
And
they,
so,
we were talking about negative beings, positive beings, all that stuff. They said, listen, negative beings, you guys, They said we all got. They were very. They were. It was like so nonchalant about it. They were
Hmm.
like, okay, and they were like, and yeah, negative beings, big deal. There's positive, there's negative. Like, what are you worried about?
Right.
They're like, what are you worried about? If you're if you have contact from a negative being, this is what they told me. They said if you're having contact with a negative being, you need to reevaluate your life.
Right. Pretty much. Right. And there are people, and not to discount it, but I will say that the negative ETs are being kicked off the planet. And that's something that's real. But no, they're coming from a realm that's way beyond Earth consciousness, and they're telling you, James, that don't get yourself caught up in the 3D world of all these things in your head. Which is, again, I always would say to people, get out of your head and get into your heart. Right? Get out of your head and get into your heart. That's the key. Human beings tend to get into the head, get so wound up in their thinking into the 3D world, they can't see the bigger picture. And look what
You know,
happened with
I
James.
asked him. I asked him. I said, guys, Commander will tell you. Um, we don't have secrets, me and Commander.
Yeah,
And I told these beings, I said, guys, I'm seeing things on TikTok, and it's making me mad. It's making me angry. It's making it. It's bringing. It's to me, it's not good. And I said, what do I do about that feeling? And the beings were like, just let the universe handle everything. Sorry, I was burping. Let the universe handle everything. Just let.
right.
They said, don't let it
You
get
let
to your psyche. Don't let it get to your 3D psyche.
right,
If you if and they said, don't feel bad about pushing back on Commander James. He said that they said, James, that is your nature.
right,
You are human, and within this human experience, you
right,
have we have who we are, and we
right,
are this person for a reason.
right,
So when we're asking ourselves like, what is my purpose, and all the, what wherever you are, whatever you are doing
right.
naturally,
Yeah,
that is your purpose.
right,
So if you are a person like me who's a truth speaker, and I'm going to call stuff out and be a skeptic, that's who I am.
that's who you
Now, do
are.
I have to temper how I do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And James
yeah,
James will know I really pushed back. I mean, I went after him the other day in my Ashtar command mode, and I did it because I wasn't going to, let him do what he was doing, and he knew I was going to push back. And I think a part of that also opened him up to reflect on the way he acts too. And
yeah,
so, I mean,
yeah,
and he knows I'm very honest. We talk to each other, and I gave him really a heavy push. I mean, I was like, James knows what I did, and he look
well,
what happened. Look at
I
this.
asked them. I said, "What does Commander?" I said, because I talked about contact, and it was almost like a message for Commander. And the message for Commander is, Commander knows what he doesn't want to know, and I don't know what that means. And they said he knows what the contact needs to happen. He knows what needs to be done.
That's right.
You have your I don't think you, Commander, understand your importance.
Oh gosh, I
I
do.
don't think you, Commander, understand why I am so angry about all of this, because listen, I asked everything. I asked questions about Chosen Ones, Ashtar Command, Jesus on the spaceship, all that stuff. And you and me, we're gonna talk on the phone because we could talk for hours about this experience I had.
Right. So let me
But
ask you a question. Let me ask you a
you
question.
have you have a lot more to do, young grasshopper.
Well, this young grasshopper, when we go on the
Good
ship,
things.
we're going to be coming back off the ship to help humanity, and that to me is the most beautiful thing that we can do for everybody. Because when we all go together, and when we get together Saturday, my friend Ashtar Athena in California confirmed with me, who's one of the original people of the Contactee movement. She's on Facebook. She doesn't have TikTok. She said, Commander, she spoke with Commander Ashtar. She's not a channel. She has direct communications, and she's in her 70s. She said, Commander, I can confirm with you that there will be 7 Ashtar command ships that will be appearing over on the 13th. And we also got confirmation that the weather that night's going to be partly clear, which is also a universally beautiful thing. So,
Well,
I got to tell you, and I will push back, is that what we are going to experience, it comes from the very most beautiful levels of light, and I'm getting downloads every night now. I'm getting downloads and more downloads, and I have to actually translate those downloads in order to share that
oh,
with
wait,
people.
wait, wait. I want to say that. They said, so we were talking about the light, all of that, and dark entities and negative entities. And we have to stop thinking like that, because there is no light and dark. There's everything, right? It's everything. And, darkness is simply just the absence of light. So it's like nobody is unchangeable. Even entities, even negative beings can be changed for positive.
Well, put it this way: if you look at that comment, look where you were before you had the experience that you've had that you needed confirmation on in your own life.
I'm still skeptical, Commander.
And I got to tell you, but see, that's where you have to do some work now. You have to deal with your 3D skepticism after showing this
Yeah,
stuff.
that's okay. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay, because you know what? The at the end of the day, Commander, I love you. You love me. We're a starseed family, and that's
Right,
all that matters. I'm not
right,
therapy. The therapy I would need to not be a skeptic isn't worth the spiritual turmoil just to deal with it and know that there is no right is right and there is no wrong is wrong. There's just truth, and then the galactic justice of the truth, and that's it.
right, right. So when we talk about this, and James knows I am also a spiritual teacher, when I listen to your story, I think this is beautiful. You're sharing all these images, and yes, we're still human beings. Obviously, I am. You are. We all are, and we all are one. But there is definitely discernment that needs to be known when people have, and they say they have, and they've interviewed people that say, "Oh, I had been abducted, and they did this to me." So there
No,
is a
this
sense
wasn't
of
an abduction. This was
no, no,
not
I'm
an
not.
abduction. I
I'm
was
not
not
talking
on the
about you.
ship.
No, no, I'm not talking
Yeah.
about you. I'm talking about people who have been on my show. You're not listening. People who've
Oh
been on my
yeah.
show that have been abducted. That is not, and they're telling me it wasn't positive. They're telling a real emotional story, and I've known Bud Hopkins for years, and I met him many years ago. That there are people that had those experiences, and there maybe it's their perception of it, but there is a truth where you want to be knowing the differences of your experiences. So if I have an experience that's Christ consciousness and it's all love and it's all unconditionally filled with light, that's one experience. If somebody down the street says, I'm being beat up and taken by ETs and being whatever, and they're having a negative, unbelievably negative experience, there is those things that are happening that are not made up. Those people are having those experiences. So we have to teach people how to heal, how to my goal is to teach people how to get out of their minds of the 3D world. And if people can learn to get out of their 3D minds, they will be much better off than they are if they are locked into here instead of into the heart system. And that's what
But
my
Commander,
teachings are.
here's what's really gonna blow people's mind about multiverse and even the Earth that we live on now.
Mm-hmm.
S- Some and so in situations with like ETs and stuff, people can have like I was talking to a lady that had a Bigfoot encounter, and she was with somebody, and she heard the Bigfoot noise, but the person next
Mm-hmm.
to her didn't hear it.
Right.
And that's because we as humans can operate on different planes simultaneously and not even know it.
Right. You can
So
have three
we
people and
really
one
have
person
to
hears
get
it.
out
Yeah.
of our perceptions, because somebody might be having something going on right next to us,
Mm.
and we're having a totally different experience.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so weird. Like I don't know how to explain it. Once they showed me the
Right.
concept of it, it's really weird for
So
me to like
let
try
me
to
ask you a
process it.
question. As an interviewer, let me ask you a question because I'm going to do it anyway. Is you just had this experience happen to you, mind blowing experience, and I think anybody in this room watching having this experience would blow their 3D mind. Do you feel
I'm
your
done.
3D
Yeah,
mind,
I'm done.
your mind's blown?
Blown.
Okay.
Blown because like even with the like somebody said, do I feel insignificant? I feel like less than the grain of sand because I thought like the ETs were like the enlight like we are going to aspire to be like them, and what we are really aspiring for is far beyond what we're even perceiving on
Right.
Earth.
Right. But that's because there's a multi. Here's what you have to understand, James. There's multi-dimensional realities. So let's say there's 100. Let's say there's a skyscraper with 100 floors on it.
Right.
You've only gone to the seventh floor of 100. And one of the things I teach people is there's not a limit to 5 dimensions. There are many, many dimensions way beyond what we know, and they continually are endless. Like one of the things when you think about God, one time I did on my show, I had this big question come into my head, and I couldn't figure it out. I said to people on my radio show, I said, you know what? I'm having this thing trying to figure out how God became to exist. So finally, after knocking myself out over this, and I was going for weeks a couple of years ago doing this on my show, I said, I came to the conclusion that God just exists. There's no ending and there's no beginning. And as soon as I heard that answer, I was at peace. There's no ending, there's no beginning. God just is. That's it.
Listen, that picture right there of this angel, this thing better go dang viral because
Well, the show's recorded, so it's going to be on my YouTube channel.
that angel was, and you know what? They will talk to you in a way. Now, this is what I want everybody to be conscious of when you have contact. I did not have any type of questions as like I had questions, but like everything was like instantaneous. Like all of the questions were answered. All of the at that time it was like I had all of the answers. Like while I was in the presence of this thing. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, we're going to share this experience with you, and you're going to it's not like they're going to give me their powers, but it was like
No.
I got a taste of it.
What
I
they're
got a
doing is
taste of what they
And what they're
had.
and James, what they're doing is they're basically going to slowly work on your 3D mind too. I'm strongly getting that. Yeah, they're telling you, okay, just you have your belief systems, but really, truly, you're having the first stage of probably more contacts with them that's going to blow your mind away. You think it's going to be only one time?
Well, they're all around us. They're here. They're sitting in your room with you and me right now, Commander. They're all
Yeah,
encompassed. They are within us. They are around us, and
right. But I'm
our
saying
intention.
the way this is, I think you're going to have more physical, visual, physical experiences with them. I really do. That's what I'm getting. Just so you know.
Yeah, but you know what? This was not like it was weird because like the ETs and all that stuff, they were just watching. They were
Yeah.
watching like they wanted to see what was going on.
Right.
Like they were like to them this was not a normal thing. Like the ET this craft, this angel was not in conjunction with that UFO. That UFO came to watch what this angel guy was doing.
Right. But the energy from that spaceship was definitely high frequency. Can you show that picture again?
Yeah, hold on, let me pull it up.
Everything is connected, just to let you know. Even though it's not connected, it is connected. You're
I
watching.
did an
Yeah.
enhanced picture of it.
and I want people to show support for my show. If you want to, I have on my TikTok, I have 3 baseball caps available. I'm going to pin them right now. Your support for the program means a whole lot. If you're not doing anything, I don't ask a lot, but this show is about disclosure, about liberation, about breaking the matrix. And this is now. Can you tell us about this particular ship? And can you tell us a little
So
bit
the
about?
ship. So when I'm like in my prayer, I didn't even I wasn't even paying attention to the ship.
Mhm,
When I started to see what I thought was like the angel just appearing, that
mhm,
light shot up out of his head, and
mhm,
the light, I looked up at the light, and that's when I
mhm,
saw the craft. And the craft was like at its side, right? So
mhm,
in this picture, it's like on its side, like it came in, like we see a UFO, like the disc shaped UFOs, like
mhm.
horizontally, and this guy was kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
like sideways.
It almost looks like a multi-level disc type spaceship to me from the angle.
Well, that's because in the picture, this is actually like depth. So like this light right here is like the top of the screen. This
Okay,
section is like the farther out, like the
right.
disc around
Yeah,
it. This right here is underneath it, but you can see like the whole curvature of the ship,
yeah,
like if it was metal, but
yeah.
it
It
was
looked
like
it
it
looked
was
it
just
looked
like
like
all white.
it looked like it had a window, James. If you look at it, it looks like there's a window there. Like
Yes,
a
yes,
like if the space people want to look out the window to you,
yeah, up
there's a
top here.
window.
Yeah,
Up
up
top,
top
there's a
here.
window.
The whole like
Yeah.
Windows structure.
And I was getting that they were human like us. As I'm watching, I do read things. And when I say I don't read, I'm not like reading a book. People know me. I read energy from the story and from seeing the photo. I can tell you that they were definitely humanoid, like us, and they were certainly very interested in what was happening with you. They were definitely monitoring and watching it. Yeah,
And then here's the enhanced. And then when it turned, that's directly underneath the craft.
yeah.
So you
And
can
can you
see
tell
like
us underneath the craft what we're
so
looking at? Did
underneath
you
the
get?
craft there was the light, like this thing did not look like a craft. Like how big was it? Was probably like
Mhm,
50 yards
50
wide.
yards. Mhm. And how high
Okay.
up would you say, if you had to say, let's say it was a skyscraper in terms of Earth skyscrapers, how tall was it if it were, let's
Oh
say, on the
man,
ground?
this thing was almost at like 30,000 feet, man. This thing was high.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
thing, I mean, that's me max zoomed in. That's me zoomed in as far as I can get.
So you were zooming in on this thing, was 30,000 feet above you. You must have had a good camera because that's a really incredible picture.
Like straight above me. This thing is like straight above me, like
Okay.
90 degrees. I mean, you could see right up into
Hmm,
the
hmm.
propulsion. And it had what appeared to be like a propulsion type glow underneath it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely, they don't use any radioactive material. This ship came from a very advanced planetary system. I'm reading
Yeah,
the
and
energy from it. Yeah.
this is the ring, and this is like, a disc shaped
Yeah. Yeah.
craft, and
Yeah, it
that's
was
the
definitely. You can see that. That's a great photo.
no sound. Hold on, I got another one I enhanced.
Yeah. UFO piece is made of pure light. Yeah, their ships are
It
not
was
made
kind
of
of
any.
green. It was kind of green.
Yeah, it
I'm not
was.
gonna
It's a
lie,
kind
it
of
was like shining
what
green.
a beautiful green. That it was a radiant green from what I can see in the picture. Yeah, I would agree.
And there you
UFO
can see the
UAP.
full circle of it. Like you can see
Mhm.
full circle.
Did you, give me a second. Sorry about that. I've got my ice water here. Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
Did it?
the crafts were giving
When
off
you
a
were looking at the
green light.
bottom, when you were looking at the bottom, James, of that ship, it's 30,000 feet up. Are you saying inside the bottom of the craft was like there a hole opening, or what was that?
So it was like, so if you look, you can see how like crisp it is. So in like Independence Day when like the thing opens up on the bottom,
Hmm.
of the big
Yeah,
craft.
yeah. We can go right
So
into it with small
imagine
ship.
imagine the thing opened up in the bottom, but without like the things hanging, like just like an
Right,
open door, like
right,
into it, and it was just light. It was just light and metal. You could even see like the metal like
right,
shining,
right.
like it was just all metal, like
So, would you say if you were, let's say, you take a physical, take a plane or a jet, you had a small jet now, and that was an opening for the little jet to go in, or a couple of jets. Would that be an opening where maybe a smaller scout ship would go in and out of? What was your perception of that?
I think that this was what they used to like open their portals to. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't
It
know.
didn't look like
Okay,
anything coming. It didn't.
okay,
It looked sealed, but there was a light. But it looked
yeah,
sealed. It didn't look like a chamber or anything could come in and
no,
out of it.
no,
It
because the
looked
white
like it
light.
was maybe like a scout ship.
Yeah, and the white light. So that could have come from, yeah, it could be that that came from a big cloaked mothership that
It
was
could have
probably in the
been.
outer
This
atmosphere.
could have been the top of it. It could have been
Yeah,
turned upside down, and I was looking at the top of it, and they were
yeah,
all like they're looking at me, like looking upwards.
yeah. You never know. I mean, it's just the concept that that photo is amazing of that spaceship.
It was
That
glass. Okay, Sue, more like a glass look than a metal look, for damn
yeah,
sure.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. It definitely looked like a
More
glass.
glass. Oh, okay, wait, I didn't show you this picture, Commander. So when the guy was shutting the screen,
Hmm.
there was like writing. Like after I was looking at the pyramids, there was like writing up above,
Hmm.
and I got a picture of the writing.
Okay, and the writing
I
was
forgot
that.
to show you.
So the writing is that in the projection of the images they were showing you?
It was
You
when
got
they
to
were
see
like
that.
shutting it down. Oh man, hold on.
And folks, let's keep also gifting here. I've got, let me see here. We have four more hats with the mustache. I'd like to get those taken. So if people can continue to show their support for what we do here on this show, this is what our show is about. You know, people transform people. I've known James, and like I said, I gave him a lot of pushback recently, and look what happened to him. Look what a kind of experience he had. You know, it's pretty amazing what can happen to people.
Oh, I'm gonna have to edit it because the way it
Okay.
shows up on the screen. Maybe it'll show up on the screen. Hold on. Maybe it
Yeah, well,
will.
just
Hold on.
let us see it, and then let's see if people in the
Let me
audience
change
can
the color. I
actually.
changed the color on it. Look at
Okay.
that.
So that looks like some sort of a language of some sort. Are we looking at what a writing of a language that's basically something that's not from this realm?
Have you guys ever seen any kind of writing or anything looking like? And you can see, man. I know you can't see it, but you can see like here's like the window, like the
Right,
ledge, like a
right.
ledge, and there's like a screen. You could even see kind of like a reflection, and then you can see like the reflection of the guy. Like you see his eye and his face and stuff. Like right
Yeah, in the
here, you
background.
could
Yeah,
see him
yeah.
standing there.
He's looking right at it. He's behind the writing. The writing's in front
Right.
of him.
Yes. Yes. Like there's a window, and like he's standing behind. He's looking up like this, kind of at it. If you guys look, like imagine if you're looking through a window.
Hmm. Yeah, you can see his face. I can see it. I can see the outlining of his face. Thank you for the hat and the mustache.
You
Thank you,
could even
people,
see
Teddy,
you could even see
Gail.
the cloak. You could even
Thank
see
you,
the
Gail.
collar on his shirt, Commander. Look.
Hmm.
You can see the collar on his shirt right here, and then here's his head, and then here's the little
Right.
collar.
I see the head and the outlining of the body too. Very interesting. That's amazing, James, that you had that experience. You know, hey, look, if they want to blow your mind, the angels, whatever way it happens, and the angelic realm at the highest levels come in there and do what they did. I'm glad they did it because you needed to have that for you. And by having that for you, you're gonna your mind is tonight. It's just started for you tonight. You're gonna have many more experiences of enlightenment that are gonna just blow your mind. They are. I'm you know how I am. I read people's
Wait,
energies. You're gonna.
Chris keeps on saying, "Does James believe?" I never didn't believe. I never didn't believe. It's a different level of understanding now. It's the it's the understanding that's God, and excuse me for saying it like this, just so much crap doesn't matter, guys. Like so much that we are like worried about and fussing about on earth in our everyday lives.
What happened
It
to
doesn't
James is
matter.
he just
We
got
gotta get our mind, bodies, and spirits right. That's
see
it.
he just had his 3D mind blown away by this experience. So he's going to have many more experiences that are going to completely shift his consciousness. This is only the beginning, James. Your consciousness is going to now continually shift into such a spiritual realm of cosmic understanding that you're going to be looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I can't believe I was this other person a day ago or a week ago, a month ago. You're going to be shifting, your whole energy frequency is going to shift in your body. And that is a beautiful transformation, you know? It really is. To have this happen.
I think this picture my I saved the best for last because
Mm-hmm.
I mean you could see you could see his whole face, you could see his eye right here, the
Mm-hmm.
nose, the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
the collar. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, this is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I love to understand and translate what those words
And
mean.
you could even see the cusp of the universe in the background, like
Oh yeah, you can like
reflecting off
stars.
the glass.
You can see the stars and everything in the universe. I see what you're looking at, right? Is that what you're saying,
Yeah,
James? Yeah, I see
yeah.
that.
You can
Everybody
see
just
like the
let them look at
reflection of the universe.
if you move to the right, if people look at that, not only seeing the angelic being looking straight at it behind it, you can also see the stars and everything in the universe. Thank you, Gail. You
No,
can see, hey, John.
so the stars are reflecting from behind. The
That's what I
guy
mean.
is behind. Like there's a glass,
Right.
so the he's behind, and that's why it's hard to see him because the stars and all this stuff is reflecting on to the glass this way. So
Yeah.
that's why the stars are in the forefront and the guy is in the background.
Yeah, so their
I mean, he's kind of
monitoring
like leaning
screen,
over, kind of like this. Like you can see him
right?
like looking over, like hey.
Yeah, so their monitoring screen is they when they open I know what the monitoring screens are. My friend Athena told me years ago. When they open the monitoring screen, you're able to see the universe, and they're showing you, even though he's there and you can see him, you're seeing an aspect of the universe out there that's way beyond Earth, and that's a beautiful image to take a look at. So it's amazing. And I'm getting like all this downloaded information for you, James. You're going to have more spiritual, cosmic things happen in your life now that this has happened. It's like your cosmic doorway is opened. And brother, you're gonna have things happen that are gonna blow your mind. Your mind is not gonna be ever the same again. That 3D mind of yours, whatever you think your mind is right now, that's gonna shift every single moment of your life now.
I
Every
want
single
to
moment
show
of
the
your life.
picture of the pyramid one more time before you end your show.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see. So those who didn't see the pyramid, and explain that on the imaging screen they opened up for you.
Oh
Explain
wait,
the
come on, the
pyramids.
other one.
Well, you're going to see a pyramid. Thank you, Yaya Spirit Gail. You're going to see. Oh, thank you. I reached my. I can't believe it. Thank you. You're going to see a pyramid on this planet that is bigger than the pyramids on our Earth. Look at this. And James, can
Okay,
you explain what
oh,
those
this is the
are?
one I just found. Okay, I just found this one. So guys, look, you could even see the dirt piled up on the side of this pyramid. Look at the detail on this guy. So, context of the picture again. This is I did some editing to move the picture over for you guys. So now here's that original small one. You can't see the third one now because it's over here. Here's that second one. Here's the big
Right.
pyramid. Look,
Right.
now you can see the other side of the pyramid and you can see how big it is. And then you can see this other structure here. And there's that piece of metal that was
Now
sucking,
that
I
other
guess, you know, water.
structure.
And you can even see look at the details, guys. I mean,
Now,
come
is the
on.
other James? Is the other structure below the bigger pyramid a pyramid itself? It looks like it.
So
Right behind it.
remember, you're going to hold it like this. So this is actually, this line right here is actually flat with the horizon. Even though it doesn't look like it in the picture, this is the horizon level here. So that's why I said you got to turn your camera like this. So the sand, what I was essentially on is like the sand was blown over this structure, whatever this structure is, and here's the big pyramids.
Yeah,
This is the one that's the size of Giza. This thing is like 1,000 times the size of
right.
Giza.
It's like 10,000 different Gizas in one pyramid, essentially. And you also showed not only that, when they showed you the images on their screen, they showed you the moon that's behind the pyramid and also the sun that represents that particular solar system, correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Late freight trucker was sending me a message. What did you say there, Commander?
Yeah. So earlier you were showing the moon for that represents that particular area, and then also the sun for that solar
Do you want
system
to see
that
that
planet's in.
picture?
Yeah. Did they say what
Yeah,
solar
guys,
system
look at
that
this one.
did they did they say, James, what solar system that was in? Did they tell you anything about the
No,
solar system? Okay.
no, they just showed me the picture, and but then it's weird because, like we said, Shaman Storm showed showed some pictures,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it looked like the same damn place that I was showing.
And okay, yeah. I'll just let me do this here. I'm setting a new goal here while we're doing this. Let me see here.
Okay,
Okay,
here's
so I just set a goal with hanging lights to be gifted to
so
me
here's
on the show here.
the
But go ahead.
so here's their moon. Here's the
Hmm.
big pyramid. So this is the other side of the picture, guys. So
Right.
here's the big pyramid. Here's the little one. Here's that other one that you couldn't see. When you move the
Right.
picture over, and now you see here's like this big moon. It could have been a planet. Could have been a planet, but I'm guessing it was a moon. Moon
Okay. So
right
they didn't.
here, and their sun in the
Right.
background.
So they didn't tell you whether it was a moon or a planet, correct?
No, they just said check out this planet. Here you go.
Yep.
Take a
Now the
nice
orange,
picture.
that bright orange, is what, the sun.
Yeah, that's the sun. The
Hmm.
sun, like in the back.
Interesting. So I think that you're going to have contact with them again. The next time you have contact, try to see if they'll show you the image of the whole sun in that particular solar system and a better image of that moon or planet
And
that
I don't know if
is.
you guys can see, but there's a face right here. There's another face right here, and there were like all these little guys watching us, little Ashtar Command guys all watching. I mean, this one right here looks like a little. These guys are like little grays right here,
Yeah, well, they're not Astro
little
Commander
cool
Greys,
guys.
but the Astro Commander are all like human, but those would be other types of
Yeah, these are
beings,
the
probably.
humans right here. These are all
Hmm.
the humans, and
And well,
here's all the funky looking ones. Like all of these are all the funky looking,
yeah.
and
So
these are all the
they were
human looking ones.
right. So the humans and the other ones were all like kind of looking at what was going on with you in terms of this whole thing happening. They were all obviously in
They were like, why is the angel guy talking to the earth guy? Yeah, like I
right,
said, it was like they weren't scared. They were like, oh, this is odd. Like you guys usually don't come and do this.
right. Well, I think they did it because you were in such a state of, there was certainly anger and there was confusion, and I read your energy for a number of weeks, and I think this has shifted you to a point where,
There was
you
love,
know,
but and I reconciled that with them, and they said, James, behind all of that, they were like, you love fiercely, and they said that's okay. The way that you love James is okay. You might have to temper it a little bit, but they said you keep loving the way you're doing. You keep doing what you're doing, and you're all right the way you are, pretty much.
right. I mean, we're all we're certainly human, but I think this has transformed you in ways that you haven't even begun to understand yet. You're going to be absorbing this stuff for days. You know, you're going to get uploads, downloads, all kinds of things happening to you now, James.
Here's a really clear picture of another pyramid, guys.
Oh, wait a minute, that's interesting.
So remember, now you want to turn it this way because I had my camera kind of turned. So if you turn your camera this way, you can see that that's a pyramid, and you can see it's not one of our pyramids.
Right, right.
That is not
I
the
see it.
Earth pyramid.
Now, I got to ask you a question. We're looking at that structure. What is the other structure above it between the space between the pyramid and the other thing on the top end, that bigger thing? What is that?
This, I think, is just a distortion of the camera because I don't see when all I see was when I was there was this and sky. So
Okay.
I haven't even looked. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I look at everything.
Oh my gosh. Look at, holy crap. Hold on. Remember I told you there was like the fish octopus guy?
Yeah.
Look at that. You can see his two eyes right there.
Are you talking about
You can
that
see
right
his
there?
mouth like a fish
Yeah.
looking guy.
Looks like a fish.
Look at him. Like he's
Right.
like you can see the depth. You can see that thing like 3D.
Right. I see that. I see it now. Good thing I looked at that. I didn't really notice that until you just pointed it out. Interesting. It's almost near 2 in the morning. But yeah, hey James, any other pictures or that you want to show?
I think if they go on my page and look at the pictures that I put because they're full size, they're
Yeah.
4K, and like there's one like this one you can't see it, but this is like a cloaked guy that I had.
The cloak eye. Let's see if we can see it.
Yeah, it's not a good picture because I was
All right.
trying to zoom in.
If you can actually fix the imaging because you're good with technical things, if you do eventually get it to a clearer photo, that would be great. We're at 90,000.6, almost at 100,000. Can we get up to everybody to just tap on the screen to get me up to 100,000? That would be
Oh,
great.
it does
Oh,
kind of
what is
show.
this? What is this?
It does kind of show. Okay, so when I was looking up at the spaceship, right? There was a look. It looked like Commander. You're gonna think I'm crazy. It looked like there was a dude riding on top of the spaceship at one point, right?
Hmm.
And he was like looking down, or he could have been like floating behind it.
Yeah, well, he might have been wearing a spacesuit and floating outside the spaceship.
Right. Well,
They
yeah,
can do
because
that.
look, there's like a tube. Hold on. Oh, wait. I have another picture of it. Let me
Yeah.
try.
So as you're telling me that what he was doing, the space person, he was wearing a space outfit. He can actually float outside the ship and breathe wearing the spacesuit.
This is this is me trying to mess with the the contrast and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
like you can see him like because this was the spaceship. Remember, this was the top. So now
Right.
this is the top of the spaceship that we saw earlier, and then this was like this big. He was like kind of cool looking, like just peaceful, chilling out. Hey,
And was
I'm
he
gonna.
and where is the space being? Is that the darker image in the middle?
That's like the
Where we?
screen. That's like the screen in his mask. Like, oh, there's a video game called Dead Space, and kind of like an old like a knight's like a welder's helmet almost,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is
like
a
a
helmet.
Marty McFly Back to the Future.
Okay, so are we looking at a helmet being worn by a space being?
A helmet,
Okay.
like I'm only you're only seeing from like here up because he's like
Mhm.
peeking over.
Okay. That would be above the white light
In
that we're
fact,
seeing.
you might even be able to see like a shadow of his eye and his face inside the
Yeah.
screen right here.
Oh, he's definitely human like us. He's wearing a space helmet of some sort. Definitely, I can see it now. Now I understand what I'm looking at. Interesting. All right, James. I wish we had more time, man, but you
I
really,
know. I'm gonna call when you get a chance to talk for like an hour. You got to call me so I can tell you about some of this information they shared.
yeah, yeah. So I definitely think, James. you know me. I read energy, and I read energy good from becoming downloaded and being fully conscious. You're going to have way more experiences than you even know now. You're going to have incredible experiences that are going to open you in ways that you think you're open now and blown away. Wait to the future experiences. I don't know what they're going to be, but I'm telling you, you're going to have more experiences that are going to blow your mind. I
There's the
guarantee it.
angel. One more time, guys. Look at him. Fully standing there. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I don't
amazing.
know what you can say, man. That's. I mean, you could even see. You could see the where the hand are going into the pockets on the side of the robe.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, my friend. I
I'm just
appreciate
blown
that.
away.
See, and people, I've always pushed back on James from an Ashtar Command perspective to help teach him certain things, and I think the fact that he had this experience is a blessing in many ways. I think that it will open his heart. I think he has come on in a different way than he would have in the past. And I really see that James will grow from this spiritually and cosmically. And, I bless you, James, for coming and showing that. Again, the angelic realm that came to communicate with him, the space people, that's what he needed. That's what he needed. And I pushed back on him hard. I mean, when I pushed back as a commander with the command, I pushed back. And I did it for the reasons I did, that he needed to look within himself of the way he was. And now look, it's only the beginning for him. He's going to be operating in a conscious state that will expand forever. James, uh, many blessings to you for coming on and sharing the experience you had earlier tonight with contact that way. You see, and everyone's contacts are going to be different. Everybody's experiences are going to be different. Everybody who, even the people that don't believe any of this stuff, will eventually have contact. And my being here on Earth is to open people up, to push back, to bust people's belief systems, including James. And I was working really hard on him recently. And I did. That's what I do. You know, when you're operating the foundation of cosmic light in that consciousness level, sometimes you got to push back. And I think he's going to grow from it. I can't wait to see his future contacts he's going to have. I think all of you are going to have beautiful contacts, and some of you already are. But if you're not, don't feel like you're alone. You will have your own contact. And when contact happens, it's to challenge your 3D mind. It's to challenge your belief systems. You know, I don't operate in the, I use the 3D mind for certain things, but I also believe from my experiences that you have to challenge your 3D mind. Everybody does. Because sometimes your 3D mind's going to say, don't believe any of this stuff. It doesn't exist. Or it does exist. I know it exists, but I'm 3D. I want to stay 3D. This is what I'm safe doing. So everyone needs to always be in the center of their beingness, spiritually, cosmically, and be love. That's what it is. The true nature, even the command said it, you know, the true nature of my parents on the ship from the command, our Christ consciousness, is love. It's always about love. You know, when we get rid of the anger, the distrust, the misinformation in our heads, and we are love, that is the most beautiful expression of who we can be as people on earth, is pure love. Well, anyway, I want to thank you all for supporting what we're doing here. I love you all, and I mean that when I say that. We'll be on tomorrow night with the Ashtar Command Q&A. We'll be communicating with our parents on board the ship. We're going to make a video tomorrow morning, I think. I think I'm going to wait till morning. I'm going to make a video for tomorrow night's show, and that'll be posted on TikTok. I love you all. I hope you sleep well and have a blessed night. And may the light be with you always. Take care, everybody. I am going to sign out of here. Here we go.